Beneath the vibrant streets and bustling markets of Mexico City, a silent crisis unfolds. The city, a hub of culture and history, is sinking. Buildings crack, infrastructure crumbles, and the very ground beneath millions of residents is giving way. This isn't just a problem for Mexico City. It's a stark warning for urban centers around the world. The future of one of the world's most iconic cities hangs in the balance. Mexico City's story is inextricably linked to water. Built on the site of the ancient Aztec capital, Tenochtitlan, the city has always relied on the abundant resources of the Valley of Mexico. The demand for this precious resource has placed immense strain on the valley's aquifers. The extraction of this water is causing the ground to compress and the city to sink. The story of Mexico City is a cautionary tale, but it is not without hope. By understanding the complex interplay of history, geology, and human intervention, we can begin to address the challenges facing the city. This video will delve into the science behind the sinking, exploring the underlying causes and the potential solutions. Long before the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors, the Valley of Mexico was home to a thriving civilization. The Aztecs, renowned for their engineering prowess, built their capital city, Tenochtitlan, on an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. Chinampas, or floating gardens, provided fertile land for agriculture, while aqueducts brought fresh water from springs on the mainland. This delicate balance, however, would be disrupted by the arrival of European colonizers. The arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century marked a turning point in the history of the Valley of Mexico. The conquistadors destroyed Tenochtitlan, laying waste to its intricate water systems and magnificent structures. On the ruins of Tenochtitlan, the Spanish built their own city, which they named Mexico City. This shift in approach marked the beginning of a new era in the city's relationship with water. Over the centuries, Mexico City continued to grow, evolving from a colonial outpost into a bustling metropolis. The Industrial Revolution brought new technologies and industries, further increasing the city's demand for water. The soft clay and volcanic rock beneath the city, once saturated with water, began to compress as the water was drawn out. The city's insatiable thirst for water, coupled with its rapid growth, has pushed the limits of the environment. Mexico City's thirst for water is insatiable. With a population exceeding 21 million people, the demand for this precious resource is immense. The city's reliance on groundwater is deeply rooted in its history. These underground reservoirs have provided water for centuries, but they are now being depleted at an alarming rate. As the water table drops, the ground compresses, and the city sinks further. The question remains: how long can this continue before the consequences become irreversible? The aquifers beneath Mexico City are not an endless supply of water. They are replenished by rainfall, but the rate of recharge is far slower than the rate of extraction. The over-extraction of groundwater has had a profound impact on the city's geology. This precarious situation demands immediate attention and sustainable solutions. The reality of Mexico City's sinking is undeniable. Buildings tilt precariously, streets buckle, and infrastructure crumbles. The visual evidence of the city's descent is a constant reminder of the urgent need for action. The future of this vibrant metropolis depends on the actions taken today. The sinking of Mexico City is not a sudden catastrophic event, but rather a slow, insidious process that has been unfolding for centuries. The city's descent is not uniform. Some areas are sinking faster than others, creating a complex and uneven landscape. The cumulative effect of this gradual sinking is dramatic. Breaking this cycle is crucial to securing the city's future. The uneven nature of the subsidence poses a unique set of challenges for Mexico City. Different areas of the city are sinking at different rates, creating a patchwork of instability. This uneven sinking can damage buildings, disrupt transportation systems, and complicate efforts to mitigate the problem. Preserving these important cultural landmarks requires ongoing efforts to stabilize the ground and protect these structures from further harm. The future of Mexico City hangs in the balance. If the current rate of sinking continues unabated, the consequences could be devastating. Scientists and engineers are working to develop models to predict the future of the city's subsidence and to assess the potential impacts on its infrastructure and residents. One possible scenario is that the city will implement effective measures to slow down or even reverse the sinking. The future of Mexico City depends on the choices made today. The sinking of Mexico City is taking a heavy toll on the city's infrastructure. Roads buckle and crack, making travel treacherous. Buildings tilt precariously, threatening to collapse. Underground pipes and cables are stretched and broken, disrupting essential services like water and sanitation. The constant shifting of the ground makes repairs difficult and costly, often leading to temporary fixes that quickly deteriorate. The city's aging water system is particularly vulnerable. As the ground sinks, pipes crack and leak, wasting precious water and creating sanitation problems. The leaky pipes also contribute to further subsidence, as the escaping water saturates the soil, making it even more compressible. This creates a vicious cycle of sinking and infrastructure damage. The city's subway system, a vital transportation artery for millions of residents, is also affected. Tracks warp and tunnels become misaligned, leading to delays and disruptions. The cost of repairing and maintaining the subway system is escalating, placing a strain on the city's budget. The ongoing maintenance and repairs require constant vigilance and significant resources. The damage to infrastructure is not just a matter of inconvenience. It poses a serious threat to public safety. Collapsed roads and buildings can cause injuries and fatalities. Disrupted water and sanitation systems can lead to health problems. The sinking city is becoming increasingly dangerous for its residents. The longer the problem persists, the greater the risk of catastrophic failures. The sinking of Mexico City is not just an engineering challenge. It is also an economic crisis. The cost of repairing and maintaining damaged infrastructure is staggering, draining the city's resources and hindering economic development. Businesses suffer as transportation networks are disrupted and buildings become unsafe. The city's reputation as a vibrant economic hub is at risk. The tourism industry, a vital source of revenue for the city, is also affected. Visitors are deterred by the visible signs of decay and the disruptions to transportation and services. The sinking city is losing its appeal as a tourist destination, further impacting the local economy. The decline in tourism revenue has ripple effects throughout the city's economy. The sinking also impacts property values. Buildings in affected areas lose value, making it difficult for owners to sell or refinance. This decline in property values further exacerbates the economic downturn. The uncertainty surrounding the future of the city makes it difficult to attract investment. The economic consequences of the sinking are far-reaching, affecting every aspect of the city's life. The city's ability to provide essential services, attract investment, and maintain its economic competitiveness is being undermined. Addressing the sinking is not just a matter of preserving the city's physical infrastructure. It is also essential for its economic survival. Beyond the crumbling infrastructure and economic losses, the sinking of Mexico City is taking a profound human toll. Residents of affected areas live in constant fear of their homes collapsing. They face disruptions to their daily lives as roads become impassable and essential services are interrupted. The stress and uncertainty of living in a sinking city are taking a psychological toll on its residents. The sinking has exacerbated existing inequalities. Poorer communities, often located in areas with softer soils and higher levels of groundwater extraction, are disproportionately affected. They lack the resources to adapt to the changing environment and are more vulnerable to the negative impacts of the sinking. This environmental injustice highlights the need for equitable solutions. The sinking is also forcing people to leave their homes and communities. As buildings become uninhabitable and neighborhoods become increasingly dangerous, residents are forced to relocate, often to less desirable areas with fewer opportunities. This displacement disrupts social networks and creates further hardship. The human cost of the sinking is often overlooked, but it is perhaps the most significant consequence of all. The situation in Mexico City is dire, but not without hope. Efforts are ongoing to mitigate the problem and find sustainable solutions. Scientists, engineers, and policymakers are working together. One promising approach is rainwater harvesting. By collecting rainwater, the city can reduce its reliance on groundwater. Improving water management practices is also key. Reducing water leaks can significantly decrease water waste. It's a step towards a more secure future for generations to come. The future of Mexico City rests on collective action. Challenges are significant but not insurmountable. Together, we can implement sustainable solutions. This requires responsible water management and innovative technologies. Advocate for policies prioritizing water conservation. Support research and development of new technologies. Raise awareness about individual actions. Every drop counts. Mexico City is a wake-up call for urban centers. Urgent need for sustainable urban planning. Lessons from Mexico City can inform other cities. The time to act is now. Like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video to spread awareness. Together, we can make a difference. Join the conversation in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts and ideas. Your voice matters.